Welcome to Jerry's World here in Arlington, Texas, the site for what is known as the Stern Bowl between the USC Trojans and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Brothers who are ADs coming in for an early Big Ten clash. I'm David Roy, in the booth with me to call this game tonight, Mike Peters and Matt Pack. And this game between two freshman quarterbacks, two teams that are freshly rebuilt, should be an exciting one.
I think it's going to be immensely exciting. The stands are split half and half, USC and Ohio State. The living room of the Sterns is split 50-50. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Celis Bernie, an early return to get out to the 30, and that means we got our first look at this USC offense led out by DeAndre Burks. Had a good showing in the Army-Navy game, albeit a few turnovers.
Well, that wasn't DeAndre Burks, for those of you that wondering. I don't know who number 34 was, but that wasn't the quarterback.
Burks to begin in the gun, and to his right, the freshman at tailback Carter Cook. Burks to throw, and early on, things not going well for the young freshman.
Oh, we see it right there. Colton Allen gets to him on just basically the D-line pressure right there. He drops back in the pocket. The blocker loses him, and Burks drops for his first sack in the first play of the game. That's an auspicious start for the USC Trojans.
Long second down, ball spotted at the USC 21. Single act set, Burks under center. And a draw play for Cook, who a big stiff arm will get 2 yards, but still staring down the barrel of a long 3rd and 16.
Well, the big running back gets his first carry, can't go anywhere. Right now, the OSU defense is being very opportunistic, and they're jumping in, bringing a lot of pressure.
Burks to throw, standing in, short throw for Ryan Lendy, and he will get 13, but he needed 16 USC to punt.
Well, it's not a terrible play right there. Tried to get a play after the catch, but USC has to punt here. OSU going to get their first chance on offense.
So the punt is away as DeAndre Burks cannot muster a whole lot on his opening drive. Ohio State's Jimmy Germain hoping for better as Adam Fuller able to get it out to his own 35. And Germain, we didn't really get a good look at during the Army-Navy game. This is our first look at him in the CFSL.
Well, there's a few guys we're going to get a first look at. Jimmy Germain, Manuel Silva, the running back. A lot of guys going to make their debut here.
Well, Germain's going to start with a read option keeper and a hard-fought run to get 6.
He does a good job right there. He's fighting off the tacklers. He makes a good read, cuts to the outside, picks up 6 yards. USC does a decent job corralling him, though.
From the 42, 4 wide, trips bottom of the screen. Germain to throw, and a quick throw over the middle at that. Trip Warren gets a yard, 3rd and 2.
Now, a little pass over the middle. I think they were hoping that he had a little bit more room, could cut up field, but USC's defense wasn't giving it to him, so they forced a short 3rd down here, and we'll see if they're able to do what USC wasn't.
Empty backfield for the Buckeyes as Germain taking a shot on the right side and overthrows his intended target.
Well, he had him right there, David. He had him going down the sideline. The coverage was trying to cut inside way too quick, but it's an overthrown ball. OSU has to punt now.
And I like the aggressiveness there on 3rd and short. Why not air it out there? Don't let them think that you're just going to hand it off and run it and they can pin their ears back. You go for the jugular. It didn't work out, but at least planted that seed.
So both offenses and both freshman quarterback come out with a 3-and-out, but it comes out a little bit different. USC conservative, Jimmy Germain, he took a shot on his 3rd down.
Yeah, we'll see what USC can do here. It's early in the game. They got a lot of things that they're trying to work out, but I like the aggressiveness early on from USC.
Burks, quick throw to Tim Cope, who gets aid, and Cope coming off his best season from a season ago.
Yeah, Cope had 52 catches for 832 yards last season. Coming in his junior campaign, looking to have a bigger impact.
Gun Burks, play fake, dancing, taking a shot of his own to the right side. Tim Cope, nobody's going to catch him. 6 points for the Trojans.
Cope's one of the fastest wide receivers or fastest players on this team, and he gets loose on the outside, beats the coverage, and it's nothing but daylight in front of him. He takes it home. 8 touchdowns a season ago. Gets his first one here early in the first quarter.
Well, the young man wants to make an impact. That's a good way to get it started, isn't it, Mike? I mean, 2 plays in a row. He catches a big pass, and he catches another one for a touchdown. USC gets the early lead.
Well, he won Fan of the Year last year. Now he's going for maybe Offensive Player of the Year.
And it's, when you look at Tim Cope, the way he started as a freshman, only 15 catches, only 4 receiving touchdowns for a season with Alabama. Then you turn around, you look at Cope last season, 52 catches, over 800 yards receiving, and doubled the touchdown catches that he had. An impressive debut early on here for USC and their new offense as well.
Well, it is, and again, the kickoff there, they're forced to take the touchback here. OSU comes back on offense. They didn't look bad in that first series, had a kind of a misplay on that pass, but let's see what they do here.
From the gun, read option keeper again. Germain cuts it back to the inside. Great run early on by Jimmy Germain. 2nd carry of the night for him.
Well, they're using the read option early on, and I like that. You got 2 good running backs back there. You got a quarterback with some athleticism. Use that. They took the aggressive shot on 3rd down. Starting off well.
Silva gets the carry on 1st down, and he'll get a yard. Not quite what his quarterback was able to pick up on his 1st down.
Man, you got to wonder if that neck roll's slowing him down a little bit if you can't see upfield well enough.
I don't know if it slows him down, but it does look good.
Bubble screen to the right side. Trip Warren fighting to get to the marker. Instead, he'll be stopped a yard short, courtesy of the walk-on.
Well, now let's see what Ohio State does here. They took a shot on 3rd and 2, went for the jugular, overthrew it. Are they going to run it here? Or are they going to test another shot?
Empty backfield for the Buckeyes. Trips bottom of the screen. Germain with a pass rush in his face, but he connects. Brad McFadden for 10.
Well, that's a great play there. They went for the shot earlier on 3rd down. This time they just try to get across the chains. They go to the end route there, and it's a nice, it's a nice conversion there by Ohio State.
And they haven't ran it on 3rd down yet either. I mean, it's only 2, but still, they're being aggressive.
From the USC 44, another empty backfield, and Germain, quick throw out into the flats. Lloyd Silver playing on offense a little bit here tonight. He'll get 6 yards.
Yeah, Lloyd Silver, first time that we've seen him on offense. Captain Crunch got the nickname last season as a big hitter on defense. Now he's going to get some snaps on offense.
Empty backfield again for the Buckeyes. Germain, another quick throw for Silver. He gets 3 yards and another 3rd and short.
Do you like this, using your star safety that much on offense already?
Well, I mean, if you've got the athlete, you can make the plays, you put him in there. Yeah, you have to worry about late in the game. Is he going to get tired? Is he going to get worn out? Is he going to miss plays on defense?
Germain under center for the first time tonight in a single back set and a play fake. Germain wants the end zone pass caught inside the 5. Brad McFadden at the 2.
Well, I like the aggressiveness. I'm not sure I love the decision to throw in the double coverage, especially against Marcellus Burney. They beat him. McFadden, wow, he's got some big arms too. Big receiver out there into coverage. He makes the catch right down inside the 5. Amazing play.
8th play of the current drive, and it's taking place from the USC 2. A wildcat set as Manuel Silva off the direct snap runs it in for 6.
I'm loving everything that I'm seeing from Ohio State right now.
That was a very impressive play. I don't think anybody saw that coming. The wildcat with Manuel Silva lined up at quarterback. Direct snap, touchdown. Ohio State ties it up.
Silva showing power down there at the goal line. And you have to like the fact for Ohio State, from a roster standpoint, you've got a nice blend of speed and power in that backfield between Silva and Fuller.
Well, and we saw last season Fuller was a very good dual threat back. He had 100 yards receiving and rushing in one game. So, yeah, a nice dual combo.
Marcellus Burney, decent return out to the 25. And so far, USC and Ohio State matching each other blow for blow early on.
Yeah, USC had the one big play, the Cope. I really like what USC's doing offensively, very diverse. We'll see what DeAndre Burks and company do as the game goes along.
Read option keeper Burks breaks one tackle, but not two. Captain Crunch making his defensive appearance.
Well, 53 tackles, a pick, a pass defense, a forced fumble. He was a big part of this defense last year, and they're expecting on him to do even more this season.
4 wide, trips bottom of the screen, and it's a bubble screen to that side. Jonathan Alexander coming up with 6 yards and a third and manageable for the Trojans.
They throw to the 3-star wide receiver right there. He fights his way, almost gets the first, but he gets stopped short by the OSU defense. 3rd and inches. This is a Carter Cook down, in my opinion. This is a place where you want to see Carter Cook take the ball, get the first down.
Trojans yet to convert on 3rd down, but this is only their second of the night. Single back set. Motioning for the backup tight end, and the give to the big tailback Carter Cook, and he gets through for the first down.
Well, you got hit, ran in the 2 defenders and plowed forward for about 3 yards. Picks up the first. That's what they wanted out of Cook, and he delivers for the first opportunity to do so.
The big power back coming in, weighing, 275 for the big guy.
And only 5'10", so a very interesting running back there for USC.
Single back set again. Burks taking his time. He'll go back to Cook right up the middle. And he lost the football, but USC recovered.
Well, that's the thing. Cook not able to hold on to the ball right there. USC lucky to recover, and they're going to look back. They're going to look at him.
Previous play is under review.
So we're going to take a second look. It was close from up here, and it remains close.
Well, it is, but and I can't see it as well. There's just too many bodies around. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. I'd say he's down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And so they will take away. It was not a fumble. Carter Cook down by contact before the ball came free. So they actually make it 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 4. Single back set here. Burks, 3-step drop and a quick throw to the walk-on Josh Walton to get 5 and move the chain.
Yeah, they're going short and steady. They're using the power running game, short passes. Now on this drive after the big toss. Last drive, we'll see if they maybe air it out again.
5-step drop this time. Burks and a quick throw out into the flats. And a big hit being dished out on the tight end, Ray Guerrero.
Well, that was just a big hit by the cornerback right there. Guerrero does a good job catching the ball in space. Tries to fight his way through, but just gets absolutely bamboozled right there by number 3.
Thomas Price.
Second and
right there in
yard.
front of you.
Burks in the gun. Hand off Carter Cook. Stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2.
Well, that's not Carter Cook's game. You don't want to take him on the outside. You want to line him up in the backfield, run dives and power runs right up the middle. They try to go outside. I guess you're going to try to keep him honest, but you wind up losing a couple.
Well, he lowered the shoulder, but D'Amico Brewer absorbed the contact just to bring him down. 3rd and manageable. 2 tight ends on the field. Burks with a blitz in his face, and he has to throw it away.
Well, there's nobody there for him, David. OSU's good in coverage right there. Going to force USC to punt. OSU gets a chance to take the lead here with the drive.
It was a long drive, 8 plays before it will come to an end with the punt, and Ohio State will let it bounce inside the 5 and through the back of the end zone. So the Buckeyes all tied up at 7 here with the Trojans and an opportunity to take the lead back.
Well, we'll see. We've liked what we've seen out of their offense so far. They got a lot of diversity. We'll see what they do on this drive.
3rd drive of the night for the Buckeyes, and they'll go back to Manuel Silva. A monster stiff arm to get him 6.
Does that remind you of Frost Carlson at all?
A little bit, yeah. That's Ohio State running backs tend to have pretty decent stiff arms right there.
Out to the 26-yard line. And the speed option. Jermaine keeps it, falling forward. He'll get 4.
Well, Jermaine, out of all the quarterbacks that we've seen so far, seems to be the most true runner of them all. And he's shown a lot of athleticism, a lot of burst coming off those read options.
2x2 set, and the read option keeper again with Jermaine in a convoy, and he slides.
What was that?
We're going to have to call that the Jermaine slide now. We're going to have to rename it the Jimmy slide.
That was something else.
I thought he could have take that one to the house.
He had blockers around him, a full-blown escort, and he plays it safe as Silva right up the middle, showing no signs of conservativeness in his running style.
You know, it's funny. I'm just watching this, and although he looks very different from Frost Carlson, he reminds me of Frost Carlson, and I think they're going to have a very similar run game if the early return is any indication.
Well, it's a similar style that he runs with.
2x2 set, handoff Silva again up the middle, this time for 8.
Well, and there again, he's got the big neck roll. He's not afraid of contact. That's what I like in a running back. He's not afraid to take that hit. He's not afraid to get, knocked around a little bit, but he still picks up 8 yards on first down.
6 foot, 230 pounds, not a little dude.
Going back to Silva and the stiff arm to get him the first down. Fought with Xavier Holly, and he won that battle.
Well, Xavier Holly's been around for a while. He's going into a senior season. Good linebacker, 85 tackles a year ago, but Silva getting the better of him there.
Read option keeper Jermaine breaks a tackle but cannot get away from Terrence Goldsberry, the veteran.
He still does a good job, picks up 5 yards on the play. Like you said, broke the first tackle. I think Mike's right. I think he's just more of a pure runner than we've seen so far with the freshman quarterbacks this year. And it's paying off for the Buckeyes early.
And off Silva with a crease to get him down inside the 25. Another big run for the big tailback.
Well, the more we watch this team on offense, the more excited I am to see how this season goes and even the careers, because this is going to be a really deadly combination of a 1-2 punch running the ball.
Adam Fuller checks in, but Jermaine's not going to look his way. Instead, he looks right, finds Silver, and picks up 6.
3 catches already for Lloyd, so I'm a little concerned at how much they're using him. Like Matt said earlier, how is that going to affect him later in these games? It's a new thing that teams are dealing with this season. I like seeing Lloyd Silver out there, but it's going to be interesting to see how it affects it.
2nd and 4, ball spotted at the 16, and from the right hash, trips top the screen. Jermaine throwing middle, caught. McFadden down inside the 5.
Well, I tell you what, again, Jermaine showing that he can work in both facets. The run, the pass, he's doing it all right now. This Ohio State offense is looking dangerous.
12th play of the current drive, and that is how we come to an end, waiting to see can the Buckeyes punch it in and take the lead. They're all tied up at 7 at the end of 1. You're watching the Cfsl on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Start of the second quarter, 2 tight ends on the field. A hard count to try to get the Trojans a jump. And the give, Silva fighting, but he can't get in.
Go ahead. Well, Stephen Parks makes a nice play there. Bursts up the middle, gets his hands on him, won't let him go.
So from the 2 tight ends back on the field for the Buckeyes. The give again to Silva. Shakes off one and into the end zone for the lead.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's exactly what Silva does. He gets stopped on his first try, makes it in there on the second one, and gives Ohio State a 7-point lead.
So both of Manuel Silva's touchdown runs, they haven't come from a great distance, from 2 yards out, and that power back and that size has led him to 6 points on both of them.
Now we're going to see what USC does, how they respond. They got Carter Cook, the big, powerful running back. They got DeAndre Burks, who's a little bit of a dual threat guy. They got some good weapons on the outside. They hit the big touchdown with Tim Cope earlier, but they haven't done a whole lot outside of that. Can they get a sustained drive together and get some points on the board?
Their last drive went 8 plays before they had to punt it back to Ohio State. Took it down the field and scored for an early lead as Burks looking to try and tie things up. He'll go with a quick throw, but leads his receiver out of bounds.
Well, again, they're going to look at this one.
It's a quick throw into the flats, and from the far side of the field, it's a long throw to get over there. That's close.
I don't know if his right foot was in it. It's not really going to matter, I don't think.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So they will take it away. They will award him a catch, and so Jonathan Alexander picks up 3 yards for the Trojans.
Well, it's a short play. I mean, it's kind of like a run. It's early on in the drive. It doesn't really hurt you, so I guess an extra 3 yards is good for you.
Read option keeper, and DeAndre Burks got stopped fast, losing a yard.
He got like shot out of a cannon right there. He got nailed. They went for the option, but OSU read that very well, got in the backfield quickly, and Burks had nowhere to go.
Well, Burks is he's an athletic guy. He's not the biggest guy, 6'2", 205. Normally you would think you'd see him running more, but Jimmy Germain's been out dueling him so far.
Burks keeping it, able to show the shiftiness off and get the first down.
Well, often they make you look good. You say something, and they do it on the field. This season so far, I say something, they do the opposite.
Yeah, that's kind of right as a commentator.
From the gun on 1st and 10. Burks pumps left, going to tuck it and run. Able to get into the open field. DeAndre Burks sliding down across midfield.
Well, that was a smart slide right there because he's about to get headhunted by this OSU defense. He sees it coming, slides under. It still takes a little bit of a hit right there, but he's able to get by with it and pick up another first down.
So across midfield, ball spotted at the Ohio State 47. Burks from the gun looking to throw, and he'll go short. Carter Cook runs over Allen Mack like he's not even there.
Well, that's just a big running back coming out of the backfield. You let him get a couple of steps, and Carter Cook is going to floor most anybody who tries to take him down in one hit.
Well, he's not a soft 275 either. He's a powerful guy.
From the 37. Empty backfield here for the Trojans. 4 wide, top the screen. Burks throwing short, and pass falls incomplete.
Well, Michael Kruger does a good job. He almost the defense almost gets his hands on that one after it falls short, but just not able to corral it in. Brings up second down for the Trojans.
The gun, 3 wide. Burks throwing the fade on the corner, and Alexander can't come down with it.
It was close on the outside. I thought maybe he was going to come down with it. They said he didn't. Not going to review it. So long third down here. USC'd really like to get some points.
A lot of air under the pass, and there they go with the halfback screen for the big bowling ball at tailback. And he can't get much of anything. He'll lose a couple.
I don't know what's going on there. Thomas Price, the cornerback, takes him down. Doesn't even break the tackle and just kind of drives him backwards.
Well, he has a lot of momentum coming into him, if you see there. Cook does a good job, but he barely gets turned around before Price is already there. So, I mean, you know, you can only do so much.
So USC will call upon their punting team to try and pin the Buckeyes deep within their own territory. Trojans again trailing by 7, and this punt into the end zone. So Ohio State, back-to-back drives have ended in 6 points, courtesy of Manuel Silva. You expect more of the same with this drive.
I don't know how it changes. I mean, they've been doing everything right on offense right now, and I expect it to continue.
Jermaine to throw on first down, and he connects with Braden Ennis for 18.
Offensive Player of the Year candidate last year, Braden Ennis. He comes up with his first catch of the game so far, and we see him there. They open up with the pass here, not the run, which has been so successful for them. Going to keep this USC Trojan defense guessing.
Well, they've got McFadden and Dylan Turner, who are 5-star wide receivers, to go with Silma and Jermaine. They got a lot of talent out there.
Jermaine's been pretty successful passing tonight, 9 of 10, but here they go back to Silva, who's been one of the bigger stories for the Buckeyes tonight. Another first down for him.
Well, and there it is. You know, Ohio State picking up right where they left off. They open up with the pass, they go right back to the run, and Silva's just doing what Silva does.
It's going to be a tough team to contain offensively.
Jermaine out of an empty backfield, calling for a man to join him for the speed option, and Jermaine back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Great job by the Trojan defense.
They did. They contained it pretty well. I thought he might have had an opportunity to pitch that outside. He didn't take it. He played it safe, and you know, he doesn't lose anything, but he didn't turn it over either.
Silva getting the carry, and he's trying to get back to the line. Instead, driven backwards. Xavier Holly winning this fight.
Well, that's just good contain again by the USC defense. I mean, they're starting to catch on to this running game a little bit, trying to get their guys in position better. Long third down for the Buckeyes.
Well, USC's got 3 remaining players from that championship-winning team a season ago, so they still got a good defense.
Backfield, Jermaine over the middle and too far in front of Adam Fuller, who looked like he had the space to move the sticks. Instead, Ohio State's 4th drive will end in a punt.
Well, the freshman just overthrew him a little bit, and you know, it's going to happen. You're not going to be accurate on every pass, and that time they miss him. So they're going to have to put it away. USC's getting opportunities here. They're just going to need to start doing something with it.
Marcellus Burney on the return, able to get out to the 30, and we'll take this opportunity to give a shout out to everybody in the live chat tonight. That dude Burney, A. Drewster, Ted Stern, Tim Cope, Ron Newman, Tom Pence, Sarah Krause, Bentley Jones, Isaiah Fowler, Josh Huffman, Neil Hennessy, and anybody else I might have missed, I apologize. As Burks gonna spin out of the pocket, and down he goes for a loss of 6. Michael Kruger with an appearance.
Michael Kruger getting kind of scary on that one. This is in pursuit. You see him going against the blocker. He keeps his eyes on the quarterback the whole time, and when Burks tries to cut outside, Kruger disengages that blocker and takes him down with almost like a clothesline, it looked like. That was a heck of a play by the end.
2 really good defensive ends on this Buckeye defense between Colton Allen and Michael Kruger. As it's a long 2nd down and a blitz coming. Burks over the middle, and the pass falls incomplete. Long 3rd down now for the Trojans.
Well, they're trying to hit him on the crossing route, and he had spacey there where he could maybe turn upfield, get a little bit more. Didn't work out for him, and now it's a long 3rd down. Looks like OSU's bringing the blitz.
5-step drop, quick throw underneath. Tim Cope only getting 2 against Allen Mack. 4th down upcoming in the punt.
And you hear guys complain sometimes like, well, the blitz didn't get home, they didn't get the sack. Well, the blitz worked right there because it forced him to do a short throw, forced him to get rid of the ball quickly, and it's forcing him to punt.
Well, USC hasn't done much either outside of that big play to Cope. And whereas Ohio State, even though they punted on the last drive, they've looked good, and they're looking a lot more complete as an offense.
So they're able to get out to midfield. You mentioned how complete they looked. Last season, it was much more of an air raid style attack for the Buckeyes. Very pass heavy. Here tonight, been more of a balanced approach as Jermaine to throw on 1st down, and he's able to complete it to Trip Warren.
Well, he's liking Warren, much like another 3-star Warren that played here. That was a big part of this offense early on in the Cfsl. Trip Warren's making a name for himself early on as a favorite target of Jimmy Jermaine.
And off Silva, trying to get off the right side. He'll lose a yard, but it took 4 Trojans to stop him.
Xavier Hawley gets a tackle right there on that play, but it was a lot. There was just a gang of Trojans that were on that edge waiting for Silva to try to make that cut.
Well, Alex Battle was the first one in there and slowed him down and allowed the rest of the Trojans to rally.
Trips, top the screen. Jermaine, manageable. 3rd, wide open pass over the middle, but led him too far.
Well, this is the 2nd time we've seen that, but multiple times for both of these quarterbacks. And I think you're going to see that a little bit with freshman quarterbacks. You know, they are going to misfire a little bit. They get a little bit of nerves going and misconnects there, and they keep giving USC opportunities. Right now, USC is not able to do anything with it.
Yeah, if you just go by the way this team has played out, OSU seems like should be up more than they are right now, but they keep allowing USC to stay in the game.
Single back set. Burks, the give to Carter Cook, and a stiff arm help him get 4 as Michael Kruger didn't even know what hit him.
No, you got that those big ham hocks for arms out there pushing them away, and only a 2-yard game, well, 4-yard on that one, but he's making the defense feel it.
And off again to Carter Cook, off outside to the right, and stopped for a loss of 1. D'Amico Brewer in the backfield.
Well, Brewer does a good job in pursuit right there. And again, that's not Carter Cook's game going to the outside. Unless he has lead blockers in front of him, can build up momentum. You leave him by himself out there one-on-one, he's not going to be able to get that momentum going, and Brewer does a good job taking him down.
Trips bunched together, bottom of the screen. Burks to throw. And a quick throw over to the right sideline. Beasley able to make the catch.
Yeah, gets his foot down. I didn't know if he was going to be able to as he threaded that pass in there. Beasley does a great job getting 1 foot down, being able to get the 1st down. We'll see if they review it. I have a feeling that they might.
Well, they'll opt not to, but Beasley is a name I think many Dallas Cowboy fans are familiar with in this stadium.
They are. That is an interesting name to be making catches here in Jerry's World.
Quick throw to the left side. David Beasley again, this time for 3 yards. 2nd down upcoming.
That's a good job there. He just goes to Beasley again. Beasley showing he's got good hands. DeAndre Burks, 12-16 so far.
2-by-2 set. Play fake. Burks going to tuck it and run. Able to sneak his way through the line of scrimmage, but he'll only get 5.
Well, he does a good job scrambling. He gets tripped up. Otherwise, he might have had more, but it is going to set up a short 3rd down. Now, again, are they going to load up with Cook or maybe take a shot and try to get this defense off of the line?
Single back set. The give, Carter Cook breaking free of one, stretching for the first down.
Well, that's what they brought him in for, and he's doing exactly what they wanted him to.
This is exactly a Carter Cook play.
From the USC 47. Single back set, 3 wide, and the give again to Carter Cook right up the middle, and he just barrels his way forward for 14.
There's a chance that's his longest run of the season.
Well, there's a chance of it, but I mean, that was like a freight train rolling downhill right there. Carter Cook was going to be hard to stop.
4 wide, trips top the screen. They'll go back to Cook, bouncing his way around and off tackles. He gets 1, but not much more.
That's not his game. Draw plays and outside run plays. Got to give him downhill out of the I form or out of a pistol. Get him going downhill. Now they got Bernie in the backfield.
Give it to Marcellus Burney right up the middle, and unlike Carter Cook, who might have been able to barrel ahead, Allen Mack stops him, and it's a long 3rd down upcoming.
Well, it's just a nice job by Mack there. He sees Burney in the backfield. Burney does not have the power that Cook does, and he gets taken down pretty easily.
3 wide, Burks to throw, standing in, goes short. Ray Guerrero fighting, stumbling, he converts.
Well, that was a heck of an effort there by the 3-star junior tight end. He was going to be short, but that was just grit and determination that got that first down.
Brandon Cox of the Buckeyes, his 5th tackle of the night. 10 plays on the current drive and counting as Burks going short on the swing pass over to the right side. Eric Tyner picking up 7.
Well, again, USC putting a better drive together here. They're not making the mistakes that they made earlier. Burks still looking well passing the ball. Haven't seen Burks use the legs as much as I thought I would tonight, but, it's early.
Empty backfield, Burks to throw. Blitz coming off the edge. Taking a shot, corner out, Marcellus Burney at the 3.
Well, that was a heck of a awareness by the defensive back there to see the sideline, catch that one, and give him the 1st and goal.
USC is taking a timeout, 2 remaining in the half. Speed option, Burks keeps it, touchdown Trojans.
Well, that's just a great play call right there. They read that. They're trying to follow Cook on the outside, and we see there Burks just cuts it into the inside. They able to come in, get a touchdown, tie this ball game up, give Ohio State the ball back with all their timeouts, a minute 15 left.
Well, you wanted to see Burks run it more, and he got it there.
Well, it's not only that, but the USC defense had to do its part to set that up. Last 2 drives for the Buckeyes, they ended in punts, and that allowed USC to mount the drive to tie things up. 1:15 remaining in the half, and Adam Fuller trying to mount a big return. He's got the space. Fuller down the left sideline in a foot race, and he fights through the tackle, stopped at the 17.
Well, Austin Turner, the cornerback, was doing his best to try to block him, but couldn't get it done. If he would have, that could have been a touchdown on the return.
Speed option, Jermaine can't get the pitch off, though. He'll lose 2.
Stephen Parks does a great job getting in the backfield before allowing Jermaine to do anything.
No huddle approach for the Buckeyes, empty backfield. Jimmy Jermaine gonna motion for Silva into the backfield. Read option keeper, Jermaine bounces off 1. Cannot get away from Goldsberry, stopped at the line.
Well, that was a big hit there by Goldsberry. Seal Stern was the first guy in there, couldn't wrap him up, but Goldsberry in his junior season having none of that and takes him down.
Bottom of the screen, Jermaine standing in, throwing end zone, incomplete.
Well, I mean, it looked like he might have had a guy coming open there, but he overthrew it to the side of
It was
Coughlin.
Trip Warren again.
So out comes Darius Brewer. This one from 37 yards away and from that right hash, and Brewer makes it a 3-point game. And guys, so far in week 1, we've seen a lot of offenses and a lot of points, not early on in this one tonight.
It's balanced. I mean, this is kind of a more normal game. I mean, if it ended second half repeated to be a 28-34 game, not the highest scoring game, but was there a fumble on it?
There was a fumble on that one.
USC able to recover it, though, and so the ball spotted at their own 29, 43 seconds of play and 2 timeouts for the Trojans. Burks over the middle, and a huge hit dished out. Tim Cope could not hold on, and I can't blame him.
Well, that was just a heck of a hit right there. And I tell you what, USC, they need to push the boundaries here a little bit. They need to try to force the ball down the field, try to at least get a field goal before halftime.
Burks to throw, blitz coming. He's able to make Allen Mack miss, who then great job recovering to stop him for a loss of 3.
USC had an opportunity here to try to make something happen, and they're kind of fumbling the ball, so to speak, on offense, and can't get anything going. And now they're in a long third down. You got to expect you're probably just going to see a draw play here to Carter Cook, and well, they're just going to run out the clock.
Yeah, it's unorthodox.
So they let the clock drain out, and Ohio State a 3-point lead going into halftime in a game that has been just about as great as many of us expected coming into this one tonight.
Well, defensive, like Matt said earlier, the defense is looking good. Ohio State's offense looked really good early on, and it seems like the Trojans have kind of found an elixir to shut them down a little bit as the half has progressed.
Well, they've made adjustments as they've had to. They've started to play better defense, stay in position a little bit better, stay at home more often, and they've slowed down what early looked like was going to be a wrecking ball of an Ohio State offense. Now the USC offense has also gotten a little better as the game is going on. We've still got a whole half of football left to play, and nothing about this thing's been decided yet. So if you're here, stay here.
If you're here, also a reminder to like and subscribe on the stream. As you look at the numbers, it's been a busy first half for both offenses, but USC, they've had the ball for 15 minutes. Ohio State, barely half of that.
Oh, yeah, and they're only down by 3, or they're up by 3.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they've almost got a 2-1 deficit in time of possession, but, I mean, it's crazy that's, what's going on. Actually, that's not even right. Like, no, there's only 18 minutes. Somebody screwed up the truck.
All right, the monkeys in the truck are like they're drinking on the job or something, because there's no way they should have 23 minutes.
Well, it's after 10 o'clock. I just like, hold on a
we're in
second.
Cfsl
wait,
after
Something's wrong
We're in
there.
Cfsl after dark
Oh,
mode.
man.
And
Well,
nobody
that
told us.
explains a lot.
So the Buckeyes start this second half with the ball. They'll take the knee for the touchback. So for the first half, very balanced. Manuel Silva was a pretty big story, as well as some of the missed throws by Jimmy Germain.
Well, I think that's just to be expected by freshman quarterbacks. They're not going to be like Ray Tatum, in his junior season. It takes some time getting, especially the first game.
We're going to go back to Silva, who's been a bit of a budding star for the Buckeyes tonight. 13 carries, 57 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns for the young freshman. 2nd and 5. Germain from the gun. And the read option keeper, room to run for Germain, but the Trojans close quickly. It's a gain of 11.
Well, what I like about Jermaine on that run, could he have cut it outside? Yes, but he tries to keep it north and south. He tries to keep, fighting his way forward. And he does get the first down, knows what he has to have.
From the gun, Germain. Draw play, Silva breaks through 1, but not 2. Xavier Holly coming downhill to make the stop for a loss of 1. And Holly and Silva have been going head-to-head all night.
Well, and Holly's getting the better of this matchup here lately. Early on, Ohio State was moving the ball at will, but USC has done a great job of adapting and forcing these longer second and even third downs.
Germain to throw against a 3-man rush, and he'll go with a quick throw out to Dylan Turner. So a long third down, and the Buckeye offense that looked really good in the first half. The Trojans' adjustments have worked pretty well so far.
Well, and it's another thing we've been seeing with these freshman quarterbacks. At times they get a little conservative. They don't try to shorten that third down as much as maybe they need to.
Empty backfield, 3rd and 8, blitz coming, and a lofty throw out for Lloyd Silver, who got a great block from Turner. Fortunately, it wasn't enough to get the first down.
Well, he needed one more block there, and I thought they were going to convert it. He came up a yard short, but once again, the USC defense forces the stop, and now we're going to see if their offense can add to it.
Punt is away and fielded from inside the 15. Marcellus Burney pushed down of bounds at the 20. So we've seen the USC defense make some adjustments and be able to slow down the Buckeyes. What about this Buckeye defense? What do they draw?
They've been just keep doing what they've been doing, because so far it's been working well.
That pass off the fingertips of the receiver for Burks, and second down upcoming for USC.
Well, they could have used the walk-on, picking off that pass that was just bouncing around back there.
No turnovers yet in either of the games really tonight, as Burks under duress, and he's able to get it out of his hands for an incompletion.
Well, Colton Allen gets back there. These two defensive ends are big time prospects here, Colton Allen and Michael Kruger, and they've made an impact so far in this game.
Long third down for Burks. Setting up the halfback screen for the big tailback, Carter Cook, and he bowls his way forward, but a great job by Austin Turner to come downhill and make the stop.
Well, just a great stop by the Ohio State defense right there. You know, Carter Cook had the blocking set up in front of him, but just, you know, a better job by the OSU defense. Forces the punt. They get the ball back, try to extend this lead.
Well, Austin Turner did a great job of going low on the big running back.
Adam Fuller, decent return, and that means decent starting field position here for the Buckeyes. As you look at Burks, really good first half. Second half, been a few miscues, been a few drops for him. Ohio State's Jimmy Germain, been a similar story for him. A few drop passes, but Manuel Silva's still rocking. Read option keeper, Germain spinning and tumbling up and over Terrence Goldsberry.
I thought Goldsberry was going to pick him up and suplex him WWE style, but that was an interesting play the way that turned out, but a nice 8-yard run.
Empty backfield for the Buckeyes. Silva coming in motion to join him. And a quick throw from Germain to Dylan Turner. It was barely in his hands for a second before it was back out into the receiver's hands.
Well, I like that play. I like that they bring Silva back into the backfield, make it look like they're going to run the running play, then they throw just a quick hitch route just to pick up the first down.
Exactly what they needed for the first down.
Rick Kickler, 6 tackles in a wildcat set here as Silva keeps it, but he is stopped for a loss of 1.
You know, it didn't work, but I like it. They used it to get the touchdown early on in the game. They go back to it here. They bring Fuller in motion. It doesn't work out. USC reads it well, but it's just another one of those things to keep the USC defense thinking about what might be coming next.
2-by-2 set. Jimmy Germain back in the backfield here for the Buckeyes, and he'll look to throw right over the middle. A laser, but unable to hold on was Braden Ennis.
Well, I mean, it's a good pass. Ennis just not able to corral that thing in. USC's defense does a good job forcing a long third down here, but can they get the stop?
Trips top the screen for Germain. Draw play, Silva hit hard by Seal Stern, held to a 5-yard run.
That was a big hit. We've seen Silva punish the defense. That time the defense punished Silva.
This will be a 54-yard field goal attempt from the left hash, and Darius Brewer just pushed it through.
Kickers are having a good night, Mike. I mean, you know.
Well, if you remember back to last season when Blake Harrell had that 1-for-5 game, missed 4 in a row at one point, kickers this season aren't messing around, at least through the first 3 games of the season.
They'll probably just curse them for the rest of the year. But
Well, if somebody misses one, of course it's going to be our fault. They're going to say we cursed it.
I wonder who chat will blame, though, because now it's a 3-man booth, so usually they just blame not the...
Well, Matt
now
said it.
Okay.
no, but I said it, but they'll blame you.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, at least we get that covered. Burke's going to give it to the big Carter Cook and trying to go outside again, and you guys both have agreed that's not what you need to do with the big tailbacks.
That's just not. I mean, it's not in his wheelhouse. I mean, yeah, he's a big, strong running back. And he's a great athlete, but you want him pushing through bodies up the middle. You want him knocking heads.
Let the bodies hit the floor, if you will.
That's exactly right.
Burke's in the gun, 3 wide. The give, Carter Cook right up the middle and gashing the Buckeye defense for a 16-yard pickup.
Well, I said the 14-yard run earlier, it might be the longest run of his season. Well, he gets a 16 here, so it surprised me. He had a little wiggle, a little shake and bake there.
There were some impressive feet by the big man right there. You got to admit he was, looking around for the hole a little bit. But, yeah, great run by Cook.
Ball now out at the USC 40 with Burks in the gun, 2 tight ends on the field. And the read option keeper, DeAndre Burks, tucks it back inside, gets 9, close to midfield.
Well, I like that. Not only did he cut back inside because he saw the defender on the outside, but he puts his head down and just accelerates through that hole and picks up a nice 9-yard gain.
Burks back in the gun, 2-by-2 set. Read option keeper again, trying to work his way outside. Spun free of Colton Allen, but then coming in behind was Brandon Cox for the stop.
That's just a great play by the Ohio State defensive line. I thought Burks was going to get that first down, but he gets slowed up, and then Cox comes in and cleans him up, forces 3rd and inches.
Carter Cook back in the game for this 3rd down. And they'll go with the read option keeper. Burks fooled the defense and got the first down, but a flag on the play.
We'll have to see.
Face mask.
Oh, it's going to be on the defense. So not only does Burks get the first down, they're going to add 15 to it.
And that's on Thomas Price, the cornerback. Got a little too handsy
Still first
around the face.
Okay, now, we talked about this a little bit early on. We had Tom Pence, who was there for 3 seasons, wearing number 3, one of the better quarterbacks we've seen in this league. And now they recruit a guy named Thomas Price, who starts with a P. It's 5 letters, and they give him number 3 at quarterback. Are you kidding me?
I'm the same guy. It might just be one of a different mustache or something.
Well, I don't even know where to go with that at this point. DeAndre Burks, though, gets the carry and then goes backwards. It's a loss of 3.
And again, USC driving the ball down the field, looking very good so far.
2nd and 13. Play fake over the middle and nearly scooping it up off the turf with Silver.
Lloyd Silver, he's more known for his Captain Crutch. No lucky charms for him on that one, as he couldn't get that one off the ground.
Empty backfield here for the Trojans. 4 wide, bottom of the screen. Burks dancing left, throwing to the middle of the field. Had a receiver there. If he reached up, he might have been able to catch it.
I think the angle was a little bit weird. I think it missed him by more than it might have looked like there. But again, you know, these dual threat quarterbacks, they're not going to stand in the pocket necessarily and just throw darts all over the place. Although we have seen that so far this season to some degree. But, you know, you got to live and die with that a little bit, and USC only able to get the field goal.
And you got to give Ohio State credit in coverage right there. I mean, they had a guy pretty much blanking him pretty well. Could the pass get there? Yeah, but it was a low percentage throw, so he overthrew it.
From 47 yards out, Baker Cook has made it a 3-point game again. And the big tailback, Manuel Silva, is returning the kick out to the 31. We haven't seen him back there yet tonight.
No, we haven't. And we talked about it a little bit before the game. Adam Fuller and Manuel Silva returning kicks. Silva's looked good running the ball, and he hasn't come out a whole lot, but now he's back there returning the kick. Is that going to play a factor? Are they going to need him on a short 3rd down or on a goal line? And is he not going to be ready? Although, the flip side of that is you have Adam Fuller, and he was pretty impressive last season.
Yeah, I mean, you've got backup there at halfback, but you don't want to be without one of your best weapons lately.
Well, it's been a blend of speed and power. At least that was the thought for the backfield, but so far it's been mostly power for Manuel Silva as he gets a yard, 2nd and 9.
Well, and again, Silva, the blocking he kind of gets caught up in his own blockers right there, not able to get very far, able to pick a yard up.
Empty backfield for the Buckeyes. Jermaine over the middle, and that pass off target. Long 3rd down now for Ohio State.
Again, you're going to see that. There's been more in this game maybe than some of the other ones, but these young quarterbacks, they're a little inconsistent right now.
Jermaine dancing, throwing down the right side. Jump ball, incomplete. Braden Ennis couldn't hold on to it, and neither could the Trojans.
Well, Marcellus Burney had an opportunity. I thought he was going to pick that. It was gift wrapped for him, but it's June, not Christmas, and he decided not to unwrap that one.
Yeah, that was a close one. But
punt is away, and Burney from his own 26. Not a whole lot doing for him on the return, and not a lot of explosive special teams play outside of that one by Adam Fuller towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, it's, you know, good fundamentals on both sides. What I really want to see here from the USC is to try to push the ball downfield again like they did in the first half.
They're going to start with a read option keeper, but Jabril Thomas there to greet him, and it's a loss of 4. Thomas's first tackle for a loss.
Well, we've seen the option work in spurts for USC here and there, and when they give Cook the ball up the middle, we've seen that work. But OSU, for the most part, is sitting on that read option very well.
The deep shot to Cook was the most effective play. They haven't gone back to it.
They haven't taken a lot of deep shots lately as they empty out the backfield again on 2nd down. A quick throw underneath David Beasley, bouncing off one, and he'll fight his way forward for a gain of 14.
Well, I feel like if they keep getting Beasley involved here in Arlington, that the fans will at least be happy with that.
3rd and a yard. Allen Mack, by the way, 5 tackles, a tackle for a loss and a sack for him tonight. As the handoff, Carter Cook got stood up and buried in the backfield.
I like that they went to Cook. I don't like that they went to him out of a shotgun. I want to see an I formation or a pistol and run a dive. It takes a little bit too long because he's got to start off on the outside, come up the middle. Doesn't work out. And now Ohio State with another opportunity to extend their lead.
So USC will punt it back to the Buckeyes. And Adam Fuller from inside his own 25 had an edge, and it gets eaten alive for him. So a 12-yard return in what has really the second half has mostly just evolved into a defensive stand between the two teams.
Well, the first half was pretty defensive, although there was some scoring in it. But yeah, the second half, it's a lot about second half adjustments, and right now both of these defenses making all the right adjustments.
Silva, though, getting an edge off to the left, and he'll get 9 before he is tracked down. 2nd and a yard as Manuel Silva closing in on 100.
Well, David was looking away when that snap happened. That was the Wildcat again, with Silva keeping it himself.
2nd and a yard. Jermaine to the middle of the field, and Turner out to midfield for 3 yards. Only his 3rd catch of the night.
Well, and again, Jermaine proving that he can run or he can pass, and he's moving the ball down the field again. Ohio State would love to get a touchdown here to extend this lead by 2 scores.
Jermaine, breaks 1, cannot break 2. It's a loss of 3 on the sack.
Well, he tried to scramble and find some yards there, but just a good job by the USC defense to keep him contained, and the walk-on Kerry Reynolds is able to come up and make the tackle after Alex Paddle trips him up.
Well, they just look like one too many cuts to me in the backfield right there, Mike. He looks like he's getting tired from all the running that he's doing, and he looked like he was a little slow coming out of that 2nd cut, which allowed him to get caught.
Well, I remember being at a practice of yours last week, and Newman late in the practice was really tired and looked like he was in quicksand trying to get a first down.
Adam Fuller checks in on 2nd down, and then he gets stopped for a loss as Michael Lopez comes up with his 3rd tackle of the night.
Well, I think this is the part of the game where we're going to see depth play a role. And I think Ohio State has more depth overall. We'll see if it benefits them more.
Jermaine taking a shot to the right side. Incomplete pass. Had Dylan Turner, but really good coverage to force the incompletion.
Well, he's 14 of 22, which is over 2/3 completion percentage, but it's only 125 yards, so he's not taking a lot of shots. His shots have been pretty inaccurate. He's okay underneath, but really hasn't been able to find the deep threat.
So Bernie from inside his own 20, trying to show a little bob and weave, but he gets out to the 30, and that's about it. And so at what point does USC need to start going back to their shots downfield?
Well, I've been asking for it for a while. Cope's the man. He's the fastest receiver that they got, and if they can get him deep behind the secondary, it could be ball game.
Play fake and a quick throw underneath for the big tailback Carter Cook, who will fight his way out for a gain of 5.
Well, and again, maybe they're trying to set this defense up. Maybe they're keep saying, we're going to keep doing the same thing. We're going to keep doing the same thing to set up for another shot to Cope downfield.
Drifts bottom of the screen. Cope was at the top of the screen as a single receiver, and Burks, dancing around, just loads up and throws it into the scarlet and gray sideline.
Well, there were so many things wrong with it. Not only you're throwing the 2 receivers covered by 2 defenders, but you're throwing all the way across your body. Didn't like that one there, but he does live to fight another there on 3rd down.
Coming to motion is Tim Cope, and he'll set up trips to the bottom of the screen on the left side of the offense. Burks, halfback screen, and way overthrows Carter Cook, who looked like had space to work with.
Yeah, a little off target, a little happy feet there, and just wastes it away and gets rid of it. There's still a lot of game left. So you're okay if you're not forcing it, but these young guys are definitely missing some plays.
Well, both offenses have seen their last 2 drives end in punts, and Ohio State, really for either team, we haven't seen a lot of scoring or any scoring from early in the 3rd quarter. And so now Ohio State looking to try to add to their lead. Leading by 3 is Jermaine on the read option keeper. Gets 10 as Goldsberry wrestles him down.
He does a good job right there. Get into the outside quick. He makes his decision early, and he takes the outside route and picks up the 1st down.
I want to give a shout out to my man Merrill Coleman joining in chat.
Jermaine underneath. Silva fighting through Xavier Holly, and not sure who won the battle that time. They both pretty hard contact there.
Well, all I know is both of them are going to be in the ice bath after this game, and both of them are going to be using ibuprofen.
Jermaine back in the gun, trips top of the screen. He'll get the snap off, and it's a read option keeper. Jimmy Jermaine fighting forward. Holly will stop him. 4 yards picked up, and 3rd down when we come back. The Buckeyes up by 3 in a great one. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Start of the 4th quarter in what has been a fantastic ball game here from Jerry's World as Jermaine dancing, Still running. He's going to tuck it and go. Down inside the 20. Looked like he wanted to get away from Marcellus Burney before Burney caught him.
Well, I think this is the strength of both of these quarterbacks, is using their leg and creating plays with their feet. They haven't been uber successful throwing the ball, and I think the team maybe that runs the ball the best, both with the quarterbacks and the running backs, in this fourth quarter is going to wind up coming away with the win.
Ball spotted at the USC's 18. Interesting formation here for the Buckeyes. They set up the wide receiver screen, but it falls incomplete. Well, they had triplets on either side. They were all stacked together in a pyramid.
Yeah, that was a glitch formation in Madden a few years ago. Not here so much in the Cfsl.
No, it didn't work very well at all.
Second down and 10 for the Buckeyes. Halfback screen, Silva with the catch. Turn up field, he's got blocking, and the touchdown for Ohio State.
Well, when you got a big ball of thunder going downhill, and then you also got guys getting pancaked out in front of them, usually only going to lead to one result, and that's a touchdown. And Silva does an excellent job there, just Ohio State in general. And now they got a 2-score lead against a team who hasn't really had a whole lot of explosion outside of that Tim Cope pass.
Well, they had that one big play early in the game. Outside of that, they've been methodical moving the ball down the field. They haven't been successful getting into the end zone. And that's going to have to change for them here in this fourth quarter, because now they're down 10 points. Is it insurmountable? No, but they've got to change gears on offense.
You mentioned how early that shot in the game came from. It was back on their second drive of the night when they hit Cope downfield for 64 yards. We haven't seen a play from them of more than 20 yards since.
Yeah, I think Cook's 16-yard run might be the longest one we've seen.
It is.
Yes.
So from the gun, 4 wide, a bubble screen put too far out in front, and that brings up 2nd and 10 in a game where USC and Ohio State, the series is tied between them 1-1, but this is an early conference game that can mean a lot down the stretch.
Well, I think it means a lot to these two ADs, too.
That's true, too. Another halfback screen thrown away by DeAndre Burks, and he looks flustered and frustrated in the pocket.
Well, I don't think that he's seeing what he wants to on offense, and I think the Ohio State defense is getting to him so quickly that it's causing him to make a quick decision.
Trips bunch, top the screen. Burks dancing, throwing over the middle, and he finds Tim Cope, a name we've been waiting to hear again. Here, his 4th catch of the night.
Well, he's the most explosive receiver on this team. And he's made the 2 biggest plays in the passing game. They got to start looking to him more if they want to come back and win this game.
Ball spot now at the USC 43, and Burks back in the gun. 8 minutes, close to 8 minutes and counting here for the Trojans. Down by 10, and Burks. Quick throw underneath. There's Carter Cook. Met quickly by Brandon Cox. Gain of 4.
Well, they had Tim Cope at the bottom of the field. He was one-on-one coverage, but they had the safety lined up cheating that way, so he was almost double coverage. I think they wanted to look his way, but Ohio State just not giving it to him.
Cox has been busy tonight, by the way. 13 tackles for him in his freshman debut with the Buckeyes as USC taking their time. Burks under center. The draw. Carter Cook with a first down as he bowls ahead.
That's just a great running play right there. They give it to him. He's got blocking in front of him, and when the big man gets momentum going, he's going to get that first down.
Empty backfield now for the Trojans. DeAndre Burks trips bottom of the screen. Blitz coming off the edge, and he goes over the middle for Jonathan Alexander. He gets 8. So it took him a couple quarters, but now USC finding their rhythm for their quarterback.
Sometimes the urgency creates success, and they're feeling more urgent, so now they're kind of up in their game a little bit.
Midline read, and DeAndre Burks showing a little power there to fall forward and get 8 yards. Silver came downhill. This USC offense, they seem to have found some momentum, some rhythm, and a drive.
Well, Burks has found his footing here early in the fourth quarter. You know, some of those early mistakes we saw, we're not seeing them right now, and they're having a very successful drive, but they need to cash this thing in for 7.
4 wide, trips top the screen, and Burks with a give to Carter Cook. And the big tailback with a stiff arm to get it down to the 20. This late in the game, the Buckeyes are feeling tired, and Carter Cook's saying, feel this stiff arm in the morning.
Well, and this could be something, especially if USC has leads, but they can really wear down the defense with that power run game.
Tim Cope, single receiver, bottom of the screen. Burks to throw. Going to tuck it and run into trouble. Colton Allen with the sack.
Well, he tried to get outside, but Colton Allen just pushed his way backwards and cut that space off. Look, he tries to go outside, and he just pushes the tackle right into his running lane.
So Burks has the right idea there. Colton Allen just takes it away from him. That's just a great play by the defensive end, and brings up a long 3rd down for the Trojans.
3rd and 9. Burks in the gun, 3 wide. Single receiver at the bottom again is Cope. Halfback screen, Carter Cook in a foot race, and he's got the 1st down. A gain of 12, and the drive is alive for the Trojans.
I don't like that play call, but they executed it well, and it worked out. But it was interesting.
It's only their 2nd trip into the red zone for USC tonight, and the read option keeper Burks trying to get the edge against D'Amico Brewer down inside the 10, 2nd down.
Well, Brewer does a good job in contain right there. He was the only man between Burks and the end zone. Does a good job of staying in front of him.
Bernie still in the field at the tailback spot, and a single back set for the Trojans inside of 6 minutes to play here in this 4th quarter. And they'll go with the draw. Bernie off that left side gets 3, so a very manageable 3rd down here for USC in a spot where a touchdown really almost feels necessary.
Well, it's also a spot where a handoff to Carter Cook seems necessary, but they're going shotgun again. I don't know if I like it.
They give it to Cook, and Carter Cook's got turned around, did not get the 1st down.
They had the first down, but he got bumped backwards. It should have been a 1st down.
They're going.
Give it to him again. They're lining up I for him.
Goal line set, 3 tight ends in a very crucial play. Play fake, Burks off of the hands of the walk-on, and the Buckeyes take over.
Yeah, I don't like that. They went to the walk-on fullback. I get what you're trying to do, but they read it. There's 4 guys over there. I think you just give it to Cook again, but now their defense is going to have to come up with something.
Well, the Buckeyes are backed up. Ball spotted at their own 6. Jermaine in his own end zone. He fires a laser for Brad McFadden, who fights and is able to squeak out a 1st down.
And that's just a huge 1st down for Ohio State. It gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone. They don't have to be as careful now. They can run clock a little bit here on this drive early if they want to.
I just want to know what protein powder Brad McFadden uses.
He's got big arms, man. He's a big dude. They go to him again for a gain of 9. Look at them arms.
I mean, I think he could bench press. I mean, he was bench pressing the one guy. He's like kneeling on his back. He's just like doing push-ups. Like, yeah, this is nothing.
I feel like he could bench press me.
I don't. Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not a big dude either. So, quick throw into the flats. Pass caught. Turn up. Huge hit on Trip Warren. He didn't know what hit him.
Yeah, he got up and he was, celebrating. It didn't seem to. Maybe that's one of those where you don't show him that you're hurt. He just gets up and he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he's just acting.
Well, let's just watch and see if he gets in the right huddle.
1st down and 10 from the 41. 2-by-2 set. Silva in the backfield to the right of Jermaine, and they give it to him. And Manuel Silva gets 3 as the Trojans tried to stop him.
What was that? Oh boy!
I guess
it's after 10. It's after 10. Well, it's after 11:30 on the East Coast. David still hasn't adjusted, I guess.
Silva up the middle this time and got tabletopped at the line of scrimmage. So a long 3rd down for Jermaine.
Is tabletop like tennis?
I don't know what tabletop is. I'm afraid to ask.
Well, it's after 10:30, so it's definitely Cfsl after dark territory here.
Jermaine to the right side. Pass caught. Dylan Turner down inside the USC 40. It's a gain of 17.
Well, a nice job of converting there. And, it just seems like even though there have been miscues, that Ohio State's just wanted it a little bit more. And Ohio State, or the USC, while they haven't played poorly defensively, they haven't come up with the big plays like Colton Allen and Michael Kruger have. They haven't been able to force a fumble. They haven't gotten a lot of sacks. They really need to try to force something here.
3.5 minutes and counting to play is Adam Fuller off the draw, showing a little power, and he gets 7. So there again, that depth at tailback helping out for the Buckeyes.
Well, I also wonder, Adam Fuller having a great season last year where he had 600 receiving yards, almost 500 rushing yards. Now he's only got 2 carries in this game.
In the backfield again is Manuel Silva to the left of Jermaine, who keeps on the read option and powering forward, gets 9 for the Buckeyes.
We're starting to see a trend here. These USC Trojans, who've been on defense a lot tonight, it seems like, are starting to get kind of rolled on these first hits by Jermaine, Silva, Fuller, those guys.
4 wide, trips top the screen, Handoff, Silva shrugs off one, not two. Seal Stern not showing signs of exhaustion.
Well, another thing that we talked about before this game was the lack of defensive tackles from both of these teams. I don't think USC has used Cook well enough, but I think Ohio State is, and it's playing a role.
Manuel Silva stopped at the line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd and 7. USC down to their final timeout.
First down here pretty much puts it away unless something crazy happens.
4 wide, Jermaine throwing to the right sideline, but led Trip Warren out of bounds. It's 4th and 3. So Ohio State can still come away with points and make it a 2-score game.
Well, it's already 2-score. It's going to be a 13-point game, so they can still get 2 touchdowns. What Burks is going to really need to do here after they get the ball, they're going to have to find a way to get Cope open. He is the fastest player on this team. He's the most explosive receiver they got. If they're going to score 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes, Cope's going to be the one that can lead them to that.
It's the only way they're going to get there. You know, they can line Bernie up at wide receiver. Maybe he can get open at some point, but Cope has got to be your primary target.
So Marcellus Burney looking a little sluggish on the return. He's been a busy guy. He's been playing on offense, been playing on defense, and he's been on defense a lot tonight.
Yeah, he has been. He's been out there a little bit on offense returning kicks. I'd like to see Cope returning kicks, but I get the fatigue could play a role. You don't necessarily want to lose your number 1 receiver, especially in a situation like this.
Burks taking a shot down the left seam, but great coverage by Jabril Thomas to force the incompletion.
Well, Ohio State is not letting up a bit on defense. They know USC is probably going to try to force the thing down the field. They're going to try to keep them from doing so.
Cope lined up on Price down at the bottom of the screen.
Burks looking, dancing to his left, comes back over the middle for Carter Cook, who's shrugging off Buckeyes on his way to a 7-yard gain.
Well, that looks really good when you're up by 10 or 13 and you're trying to kill the clock. Not so much when you're down by 13 with a minute and a half to go.
Clock continues to run, 3 wide, and it's 3rd and 3. Burks throwing to the middle again. Ryan Lendy had room to run, gets across midfield, a gain of 20. Where has that been?
Well, Cope's always isolated one-on-one on the bottom of the screen, at least for most of these plays. And Burks just doesn't even look like he's trying to look downfield.
Burks looking here. He goes short. There, Ray Guerrero fights off Thomas, but cannot fight off the rest of the Buckeyes. Nearing a minute left to play, and USC's down 13.
And they're wasting a lot of time here with these short passes. They got to take a shot downfield.
So Burks will clock it, brings up 3rd down, an even minute to play, and 1 timeout remaining for the Trojans.
Well, and again, USC, they're wasting a lot of time here. It's like Mike said, they're not looking downfield. Burks is just content to check it down.
Throwing to the middle of the field, pass complete. Seal Stern making an offensive appearance.
So now they've had Bernie and Stern out there on offense. Cope, where is he at?
Burks to throw, 4-man rush, taking a shot, back corner, incomplete.
Well, there's just nothing there. I mean, he's looking for the end zone. Obviously, we're under a minute here. They're down 13 points. They've got to get 7, but Ohio State is making them work for it.
Burney looks gassed in the backfield as Burks to the middle of the field, off of the hands of Seal Stern.
Well, he looks gassed too. So the depth changes of the depth chart of the USC Trojans might be something that they look at after this game, because Cope's not even out there and he hasn't been playing as much as some of these other guys.
3 wide. Burks taking his time with it, and he'll go with a draw to the tired Burney, who gets stopped by Colton Allen. 4th and 10, and the Trojans going no huddle.
We'll see what they do here.
Burks, corner to the left side, caught by Eric Tyner, 1st and goal.
Well, it was a heck of a catch there. I thought he put too much air under that, but they got an opportunity here. Not a whole lot of time left. Carter Cook's in here, but honestly, Cope's at the far right. I can see him on a crossing route.
1st and goal, 30 seconds of play. Burks, 4-man rush, dancing, throwing, Cook, touchdown.
Well, they used Carter Cook coming out of the backfield, and that was actually, it wound up well, because I think they were looking at that bunch on the other side. Cook comes open on the backside, which we saw last night with Jake Moon and I forget the other receiver. So they convert there. Now they got to do the hard part. They got to get the onside kick.
Well, we've seen a few of them. We don't see it very often, but USC, they still have a ghost of a chance here.
Low probability play, and if Ohio State gets it, you got to think it's over for USC tonight, and the Buckeyes do indeed recover. Brad McFadden, and so Ohio State can just kneel it out. Next week, USC's got to take a road trip to Alabama, and Ohio State staying in conference. They get to go and take on another playoff team from last season, the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, neither one of those are in for an easy matchup, and Ohio State's just going to take the knee here. And Will Stern looks like he's going to escape with a 6-point win over his brother in their first matchup.
So Ohio State will kneel it out, and they will come away with a win here tonight against USC, an early conference win, a big one at that. Tomorrow night, we've got another doubleheader. The Miami Hurricanes going up against the Michigan Wolverines, followed by the Florida State Seminoles going up against the Oregon Ducks as the Buckeyes win here tonight.
I think both of those games tomorrow are going to be really interesting. Miami's got a new AD, Michigan's reloaded, Florida State returns a lot of guys, Oregon's got a new look, brought in a really good recruiting class. I think we're in store for some more great football tomorrow night.
Hats off to both USC and Ohio State, but especially Ohio State tonight. Legion Slug is getting his first win as an AD tonight. Congratulations to him. Heck of a Stern Bowl inaugural game. It was fun, and I look forward to seeing more of them.
An early rivalry here in the making between Ohio State and USC. For Mike and Matt, we'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on YouTube Live. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports. For Mike and Matt, I'm David. We'll see you then.